Alright, so this is my last assignment for BeeperBot in computing, and basically what I had to do is we had a program where we would write a letter based on how many beepers were in a cell. So like within here, if there were like 8 there, you'd have to write an H. But now our task was to do the opposite, which is start with an H and then deposit the number in the bottom. So the letters we had to identify were these: D, E, F, H, I, J. But you again have no if then like comparative statements. You can't go like, you have to be able to analyze the image just based on like logic, basic logic. So what I basically came up with is I drew a flow chart. So you start here and you move down, and basically if it's I or J, you'll see that there's 1 or 2. So I have it first check in my code. If there's 1, then it will simply move up, and then it will move to the next one, and if there's nothing there, it goes to a subroutine that just says put the number there that it requires, and then you're done. And if there is one there, then to move forward again, and if there's nothing here, that indicates it's a J, because it couldn't be any of these letters, they all have something there, and then it prints a J. From there, it must be this. If it's not any of those, it must be this one, or else it's H, D, E, or F, and then you go into these, and there's 4 possibilities. So what I have it do is it goes from the top and counts. So you'll see that D has 2, E has 3, F has 2, and I has 5. Or no, sorry, not I. H has 1, because we've already got rid of these 2. So what I have it do is I have a nested statement, which is this one. So at the end, when it's there, it'll put one down and get rid of it. And then if I only had 1, that would leave 0 left. So that means it would say if I have a beeper in 0, which I wouldn't, it would just do this else. So it would go and do the respective letter. So if I have 2, it's a special case, and if I have 3, that indicates that it's an E, and if I have more than 3, that indicates it's an I, right? Because that's what it would be. Because F and D both have 2 in the second column, I have a special case for them, which is basically it goes and it scans the third row. D has 3 and F has 2, so then it just does the same thing and uses a conditional statement. So basically, here's H, and I'll run it. So because it only has 1, it goes right to the end, and there you go. Places 8 like it's supposed to, and it's done. Now I'll put in a different number, such as J, which is one of the special ones that stops right away. So, bam. There we have J, and I'll run. You can see it just goes up right away. That first condition is false, so it places 10, which indicates J, and you're done. And then I'll just show one more, even though this video is getting really long. I'll just show E. Got to copy over the world file for E. So there you go. Up she goes. There's 3. Goes through the statement. All that code was written by me tonight in about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. 5 beepers, that indicates an E, and I'm done. So that's basically image recognition, just using the most basic programming language. It can only count 1s and 0s and move. That's all it can do. There's no comparing anything. It's just counting with 1s and 0s, and I kind of figured that's my algorithm, and it seems to work. So there you go. Yeah. If you have any questions, just call me.